in the person of Dr. Hulda Fambo. She's the OAAD General Secretary, and she'll be talking to us on how e-commerce is transforming the lives of young women in rural Africa, the stories of the past, present, and the future prospects. So a brief bio on Hulda Fambo. Hulda is from Benin Republic and is currently a PhD student at Nankai University, majoring in economics. She's passionate about digital economy and women leadership. Her career goals is to alleviate poverty in the world, especially in Africa, through digital economy. She's currently the General Secretary of Beninese Students Association in China, and she's the current General Secretary of OAAD. She's an entrepreneur with e-commerce startup operating in 3 countries. She also participated to many entrepreneurship and innovation programs and competitions, such as the Tsinghua University and SRII. That's the Professor Chris organization that we just heard about. Innovation and entrepreneurship for digital economy, as well as a seal from Guangzhou. So thank you so much. We welcome you, Hulda. Are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much. I will share my screen. So, hello everyone. It is a great pleasure for me to share my thoughts about women in e-commerce, women in African e-commerce sector, and the solution that OAAD has to address the gender disparity in that sector. So this is my presentation outline. I will give you an overview of the African e-commerce market and the women in e-commerce in Africa and OAAD solution and the outcome of those solutions. So without wasting too much time, I will go straight on the e-commerce, the African e-commerce market. In fact, the African e-commerce market is witnessing a very rapid and robust growth.
Sorry, Hulda, could you try playing your screen?
Oh,
the slideshow. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, thank you. So the African e-commerce market, as I said, is witnessing a very rapid and robust growth. We had 40% growth from 2015 to 2020, and it is estimated to reach, sorry, having an issue, to reach, sorry. Okay, to reach $36 billion in 2024. And we have 281 million online shoppers in Africa. So African market is dominated by 5 big countries that are Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and Egypt. And those 5 markets, just Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya combined account for 45% of the African e-commerce market share. So I try to categorize here some of the major e-commerce platforms in Africa. So here we have Jumia, that is the biggest e-commerce platform in Africa. We have Konga, both of them are from Nigeria. We have Takealot, that is the biggest e-commerce platform in South Africa. And we have Kilimall, that is a Chinese e-commerce platform that's located in Kenya. It is the biggest e-commerce platform in Kenya. And we also have Souk, that is Amazon's application too, but it is located in North Africa and mainly in Egypt. That is the only country in which it operates. So I will move quickly. You can see I put some statistics there. You can check them. I will go to the next slide. This impressive growth there are so many factors that are contributing to this impressive growth. So the first is our vast digital audience. that is our population and its age. The median age in Africa, according to the World Bank, is 90.7 years. And we have nearly 1.4 billion inhabitants in Africa in 2021, and it is forecast to double by 2015. So it represents a very huge potential for the African e-commerce market. We also have a rapid internet penetration due to the broad expansion of smartphone, because now you can notice that smartphones are getting cheaper and cheaper, so everybody can have access to it. And you also have that before the COVID, African economies were growing very fast. They were among the best for performing in the world. We also had the availability of various digital payment platforms, because when we talk about e-commerce, we talk about digital payment. Without digital payment, there is no e-commerce. So now we have, since the African context is different from the rest of the world due to the lack of bank accounts, because as you know, a large share of African population do not have bank accounts. So we have other ways to adapt to address this issue. That is the use of credit cards and mobile money, and also e-wallets. We also have to solve the trust problem and payment problems. Africans come out with a solution that is paid a cash on delivery. So people used to pay their goods as they receive it. So this is one of the factors that is contributing to the growth of African e-commerce. We also have various business models. We have B2B, C2C, C2B, and many others that I did not mention here. So the next, okay, my next slide is to discuss about women in e-commerce in Africa. Yeah, in fact, we have for 51% of the African population are women. But we notice that there is a big disparity as far as the role they play in e-commerce is concerned. And even the IFC Vice President for the Middle East and Africa even noticed that. He said, I quote, "E-commerce in Africa is thriving, yet we are already seeing a widening gender gap in the sector." So I will give you some examples. For example, the gender disparity in e-commerce business ownership. We noticed that according to the study of PayU, women-owned businesses make up to 31% of businesses on Jumia in Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, and 51% each in Nigeria and Kenya. Women are likely to own microeconomics, micro enterprises, and have fewer employees. So the other disparity that the report pointed out is the gender disparity in sales. Even in sales, we have gender disparity. So individual average sales for women are lower than men, partly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And the first year of the pandemic, like within 2020, resulted in 39% drop in sales for women-owned businesses. That is a lot, compared to the 28% drop in men-owned businesses. And we also noticed that generally, women vendors experience 7% drop, while men experience 700% in average GMV during the pandemic. And so as no, this is a very, very important issue that the report even stressed on that we could add nearly 15 billion to African e-commerce markets by 2030 if we address those issues. So this proves how important the role of women in e-commerce in Africa is important. So my next slides, we discuss about what solution OAAD have, because our mission is to improve the quality of life of the African population. So we want to address issues from every sector. No sector will be let down. So we OAAD decided to address this issue also. So to go in the same line with Juliette Amana, she said it is absolutely essential for women to be factored into the future of e-commerce. And she added, Africa is at the start of its e-commerce growth trajectory. Now it is the time to ensure women entrepreneurs are at the forefront in Africa's digital journey. And I agree with her. So the first solution we come up with is to offer online coaching sessions and one-on-one training to sellers. I mean, women and also to the youth, because we have, as I said, our median age in Africa is 90.7. So we have more than 50% of Africans are under 20 years old. So we also provide training to the sellers, especially women, about how to open and manage their store on e-commerce platform. Yeah, because the report I was talking about pointed that women are less likely to use paid promotions, but these are the key to sell on an e-commerce platform. Promotions are very important to boost your sales, but if they do not use it, they do not know how to manage it, they do not know how to use it to improve their performance, I think it can be a very big obstacle for them to reduce the disparity. So I think OAAD can address this by teaching them how to manage their store. And we have to provide, OAAD has to provide a global ecosystem partnership platform for African women, African e-commerce female entrepreneurs. We should become a bridge for those African female entrepreneurs to connect with the rest of the world. We have a lot to learn from them, and they have a lot to learn from us. So we should come up with a platform that will help us come together, discuss together, and find solutions together. We also need to promote African women innovation and entrepreneurship in digital economy. The next one is to encourage more women entrepreneurs to sell online, to showcase their talent and to build their businesses online. To be brief, we should encourage women entrepreneurship to go digital, to digitalize their business. This is one. The other one is to tell them how to use, to teach them how to use some basic skills, some basic selling skills, like how to sell through, how to use social medias to promote their businesses, how to use Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok to promote their business, because today you can simply use those platforms and make millions. I know that because I did it. So the other solution can be, we will do researches, because I noticed that we do not have lots of researches, like it is not existent. We do not have lots of researches that discuss about this issue, but it is very important for us if you want to alleviate poverty in Africa, and if you want to make a more inclusive digital economy in Africa. So we have to do researches and to understand, to have a better understanding of the issue, so that we will address it in a very efficient way. We will know why women are underperforming on our platform, why they are not going digital, why they are investing less in leadership and entrepreneurship. So these are some questions we have to answer through our researches. So my next slide is what are the outcomes if we implement this solution? First, we will empower women, because researchers show that e-commerce is, let's say, digital economy, especially e-commerce, is a very important, a very powerful tool to empower women. And by doing so, we can also contribute to achieve the African SDGs, like alleviate poverty and address gender inequality and others. This will also increase women income and reduce poverty, because as I said, we have 51% of the African population are women. So if we can, through e-commerce, through digital economy, increase the income, we will by the same way reduce poverty on our continent. This will also boost women entrepreneurship and innovation. Women are really creative. We just have to give them the basics education, the training, and give them that fire, that hope that they can make it by going through entrepreneurship and innovation. This will also reduce gender inequality, because gender inequality most of the time has to do with income. So when we give women the power to increase their income, to make the money, to be financially independent, it will reduce gender inequality. And this will also create business, family businesses that can be passed on to the next generation and create the intergenerational wealth accumulation. So that is all I had to say about this topic for today. Maybe later we have opportunity to go deeper into the topic, because it is a very important topic. So thank you for listening to me. If you have any question, please ask. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Huda. Thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. Indeed, we are in the process of localizing human capital development for African communities, especially using the sustainability linkages that we are learning today. This is the Solutions for Community Initiative launch. And so far, so good. From the land management to the e-commerce